Shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing out this word. In truth and sincerity, Shebachnak, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. All right, shalom, shalom to all the believers out there fighting for their faith in these wicked, evil times, okay? And we are definitely in Babylon the Great, okay? There's really no argument. If somebody says that we're not, they just have no understanding, and they're totally ignorant to the fact of prophecy. They're totally ignorant, all right, to, anything that really matters, okay? And ultimately, they don't believe in the scriptures, and they're living their life in sin. Now, America, Babylon the Great, can be a awesome place to do as thou wilt if you are evil and you're wicked and you have no limitations. And now what we're seeing the blowback or the consequence of living free. Okay, this video here by Darius M. He has 625,000 subscribers. I've seen a couple of his videos. I believe he's more like a red pill guy, bringing out particular things. If I'm not mistaken, he does like reactions. And here we have a video, Las Vegas STD problem, ... And really, this is a problem all throughout the United States, especially here, in United States, but in different places of the earth too, but mainly here in Babylon the Great, there's a heavy sexually transmitted disease epidemic. It's really an epidemic. Okay, it's really an epidemic, or sexually transmitted infections. That's really what you should call it. These are all infections. So here's a clip, a couple of clips, okay, that he put together. I'm not going to play the whole video, and we'll actually speed it up. Okay, let me just refresh this. It does that.
Vegas it's
okay. We'll speed it up. And this is another consequence of letting the woman, all right, dwell free. And no other place in the earth, okay, now you do have it because they're following after Babylon. I want to get a scripture. They're following after Babylon, but really no other place in the earth are women able to live so-called free. And you see the consequence of a woman living free. A woman is supposed to be under the control of her father, first and foremost, okay, and then her husband. And she is supposed to be under subjection under her husband. A woman really is a reprobate, okay? It's like a child, which I'm not, getting on women, but that's just the way that it is. The Lord set up the man over you. Just like the man will be a reprobate, okay, if Yahweh Shai, our Lord, was not over us. We will be into all manner of evil, and that's essentially what happened. We fell. The sons of God fell, and they started to participate in the ways of the heathen. And what happened? All right, we're not built like that. We're not built to live our life like heathens. So consequences come. And this is the reason why we fell into captivity and these other nations are over us. And Jake is riddled with all different types of diseases, which is what it comes right out of the scriptures, right out of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the curses. All right, no other nation is in the state that our people are, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, are, especially when it comes to the STDs or the STIs, whatever you want to call them. The Jake leads number one, okay, because lasciviousness, unbridled lust. A lot of it is to deal with these women that just gad abroad, but it's the whole system. It's really the whole system, because men are supposed to have control over their women, and they're supposed to have multiple women. You don't have to go out, and you shouldn't have to go out and be sleeping around and doing, and Jake committing adulteries. It's a big mess, and we'll get into that. But let me bring out this Jeremiah 51:1. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So you go to Thailand, which is, down in Southeast Asia, is a sex tourist. You can pretty much get into anything out there, which they have a big problem. There's a lot of trafficking going on, PDF files. You can get into a little bit of everything out there, and they have a big STD problem. Nigeria has a big STD problem. Jamaica, the islands, they have a big STD problem. Europe has a big STD problem because they have modeled their societies after Babylon the Great, America, which is do as thou wilt, have fun. The woman is in liberation, and with the freedom that the woman has received, what have she done? What has the woman done? Has the woman created new inventions to better forward the earth? Have the children become more excellent and more do they grow up to be outstanding citizens? Okay, or do we have young boys, YNs, and the young girls, all they want to do is shake their ass, wear provocative clothing, talk shit, unruly, in and out of the jail system, drug ridden, prostitution. Okay, so it just shows you that with the liberty that the serpent has given Eve, like this woman here, she could be actually a pretty good looking woman, but you can tell that she lived a hard life because of the liberty that Esau, Edom has given these women. Okay, and these men too, but more so these women, because the woman is more affected. They're the ones who made that pact with the devil, with Satan. And look what it has done. It has destroyed the woman, and you see that all throughout different societies. They destroyed the family cohesion, the family structure, by getting in there and selling the woman a dream. That's why the serpent went to Eve. He didn't go to Adam. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video. Fair use. I'll open up in Jeremiah 51 because America is the one to blame. The Lord set up America to go around and make the whole earth drunken. Let me actually read the next verse. Okay, Babylon is suddenly fallen. Well, let me finish. Actually, I didn't speak about this. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. So all nations are likened unto Babylon. They pushed Babylon wine because he transgressed by wine. He is a proud man. The nations have drunken of her wine. What do as thou wilt? Colleges, liberation, and what's in these colleges? Whoredom. These women, experimentation. That's partying, getting drunk, and then so-called getting a degree, and then pushing that same bullshit on your children. So the whole system is completely done, and we're seeing a consequence of this. You might deal with a woman and you might catch a fucking STD, man. Your shit might burn, or you might catch H to the I to the V. And in this society, you catch that. It's like a death certificate. You bugging the hell out, which all those things can be cleared up. Okay, first and foremost with prayer, and then also going into the medicines out of the earth. And this is not medical advice. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Let's look at this word mad. All right, because the nations, Obadiah speaks about how the men of thy confederacy have deceived thee. Okay, the nations are preparing to destroy Babylon the Great. Okay, behind the scenes, they're doing deals, and when the time is right, when the Most High, allows it, they're going to basically shoot missiles on Babylon the Great, because Babylon is the reason why the whole earth is all out of order. Okay, so that word there is halal. Okay, and I want to get down here to act madly, act like a madman, to make a fool of, make into a fool. Yeah, so these nations are going to be in a drunken rage. They're going to be foolish. They're going to be mad, upset, because their whole society are crashing. Okay, Japan is crashing. The Koreas are crashing. Taiwan is crashing. Okay, the different Arab nations are crashing. Why? It's because of Babylon the Great. Okay, it's because of America, and they have major problems with STDs. They have major problems with the cost of living. They have major problems with the food system. You have a couple of people that are rich, but the majority of the society, they're poor. And then they got these women just gadding abroad. They have marriage problems. Look at China. China, there's a big, huge marriage problem. Now we're at the point to where them Chinese women like, look, because they got the bag, right? They were propped up and given the opportunities. And women, they love school and they'll do whatever. They're good servants to the so-called white man. Whoever has power, the woman will be serving unto. So they went through the whole school system, study hard, got these good paying jobs, and now they want a man to make 5 times as much as them, and then buy them gifts and take care of them. And now them Chinese women are like, hey, look, I just want a man. I'll bring you into my home. You don't even have to make money. That's Isaiah 4:1. Everything's getting turned back right side up. You women are getting ready to be under your husband if the Lord allow you to get one. A lot of you, the Most High just gonna take out. Okay, you Israelite women that come into this thing and you think you are the prize. You think that things are gonna go on your terms. That's not how it's gonna go. You're gonna go right back into your order, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, but the earth is completely upside down. I'm gonna get that in Isaiah 24, but let's play some of this video, and you're just gonna see that it's over with. If you get, you got to be careful. You get with one of these women, you might catch a disease, man. Okay, your shit might start burning. All right, these men are just going around putting a rod into, everything. You have the hookup culture. You have dating apps, and you might get with a woman, a couple of times, and then she might bug out. It's just completely out of order. Let's play this. Fair use.
Spiritual warfare out here, and you see lots of demons. Lots of demons in people and weird, scary entities that's not from this realm.
Vegas, Sin City, as most people call it, is a demonic place. I'm going to be honest. Yes, you have fun. It's a nightlife. You're going out, you're having a good time, you're drinking. There's so much prostitution. I mean, there's nowhere on the planet you can go where it's just straight sin, evilness, anything goes in Vegas. And I've been all around the world. I've been to Japan. I've been to all type of places. South Korea. You name it. Thailand. Vegas is a different world. And a lot of people come out to basically do whatever they want. They can let loose and be who they are. They can unleash their deepest, darkest desires in Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas.
And that's pretty much America. That's why, the nations, they come over to America, because you can do, pretty much all your desires without anybody, judging you, If you were to be a Mo in these other societies, a lot of them, you'll get put to death. You'll be shunned. You'll be cast out of society. Your family would drop you. These women being whores, the family would disown you. They will stone you. But here in America, no, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can have this man, you can have that man, you can do this, you can do that, you can do whatever you want. Okay, and you can make a lot of money too. So that's the hook. That's the bait. But ultimately, what happens? It destroys you. And now we're seeing that the majority of these women, they're destroyed. The majority of these men, they're destroyed. Everything is cooked. Okay, and the Most High is getting ready to cook. Okay, cook Babylon. Okay, by fire, because that's the only way it can be cleansed.
This realm, and I've came witness to a few of them, and I've witnessed a few really, really dark things.
And she done a lot of dark things. Okay, let's get it. Let's keep it 100.
Unfortunately, HIV is not curable, and most people who have HIV...
Which that's not true.
HIV have no idea they have HIV.
They got people who will still sleep with you, and they pee hole burning. It's itching down there.
And it's true. Me and Elwood.
And look at it, why would you want to get with a woman like that? Honestly, I'm not going to even say nothing. Just look at it.
I told you guys in a previous video where a lot of people, they have STDs or HIV or whatever, and they feel bad. They know it feels like that they're alone, right? And then so what they want to do, they want to get with somebody, build up that trust, and pass it along to them. So that if that person gets STD, they can say, "Oh man, I didn't know I had it. Well, I guess we together for life then. We both got something. Okay, well, I guess we together." That's what a lot of people do. They know they have these incurable things. They pass it along to people who trust them.
Over 18,000 people have HIV in Philadelphia.
The test results came back this evening, and I have some good news and bad news.
Okay. I'd rather. Can I get the bad news first?
Yes. So you tested positive for HIV/AIDS, and we're gonna have to do a little bit more blood work, and we'll need a follow up on the 31st.
Okay.
Areas with the highest HIV cases in Nevada. At number 15, it is Elko, 60 cases. At number 14, it is Pahram, 90 cases. At number 13, it is Fernley, 100 cases. At number 12, it is Mesquite, 120 cases. At number 11, it is Carson City, 150 cases. At number 10, it is Boulder City, 170 cases. At number 9, it is Sparks, 240 cases. At number 8, it is North Las Vegas, 600 cases. At number 7, it is Henderson, 720 cases. At number 6, it is Reno, 850 cases. At number 5, it is Paradise, 950 cases. At number 4, it is Sunrise Manor, 1,000 cases. At number 3, it is Enterprise, 1,100 cases. At number 2, it is Spring Valley, 1,500 cases. At number 1, it is Las Vegas, 4,100 cases.
And also, too, we got to also speak about the down low, activity that's going on. A lot of these dudes be going both ways, as well as the women. Like a lot of women, you'd be surprised. A lot of women, they'll be going both ways. A lot of these women, they'll participate in orgies. If you were to talk to any of these women, hey, you had a threesome before, they'll say, yeah. You done ecstasy before? Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. They participate in a little bit of everything because this society tells them that's fun. It's fun having 5 dudes run a train. That's fun. You're liberated. And that's what these women have done with their freedom. Okay, they've just destroyed themselves. Let me get a precept. Things ain't prop with that. Yep, First Timothy's 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. That goes for women, and also that goes for men too. Okay, and most of this society is all about, it's catered to the woman, and it's all about living in pleasure. Okay, and these men are no good as well. All right, why? Because they follow after the woman. Jeremiah 31:22. I've created a new thing in the earth, for a woman shall compass a man. And you see how just that alone has turned everything upside down. Furthermore, you have the wicked that are in rulership. Everything's all messed up. Everybody's upset. Everybody's in anxiety state. Everybody's depressed. Everybody hates their life, but they put on a front when they go out, amongst these people. Okay, and act like they're living it up.
People will know they have an STD and purposely sleep with you unprotected so that you catch it too.
I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes I literally forget I have HIV.
What?
Every time I go outside, the whole weekend, I end up sick.
Listen.
And she's liberated. She probably has her own apartment. College educated. City girl. Okay, she participated in some hot girl summers, and then she caught some crazy shit from one of these YNs.
She forget she has HIV. A lot of people, they want to forget because they know they have this thing that's uncurable. Yes, you can treat it. You can keep it kind of at bay and everything, but it will never go away. And it sucks for so many people. But guys, you have to protect yourself. You have to stay strapped. I mean, double up if you have to. But keep rubbers, man. I'm being for real. Because once you
man, you gotta really can't even really deal with these women, man. And I know that's like, especially the young man. You got that testosterone. And it's in your nature, it's in a man's nature to want to deal with a woman, and especially, multiple women. But in this society, it's really not, expedient, to be honest. And the Lord, too, will keep you back from, say in the world, you were able to get women. It's really no problem to get a woman. But as soon as you come to the truth, it's like, God damn, I can't even, I can't get nothing. Like, what? That's the Lord keeping you back. Okay, from these demonic times. Isaiah 4:1 is gonna come. We're gonna get cleaner women. But ultimately, look, man, we are thinking about the kingdom. Okay, this whole society is cooked. I want to get we'll come back there. Let me get Isaiah 19. Okay, it's cooked, man. Isaiah 19, and who can we blame? The so-called white man. This is how he wants to live. He loves it. He loves. It's like a parasite, right? Give me a second. Let me get this charger. 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Almost there. Okay, it's like a parasite. A parasite doesn't like a clean environment, or a rat or a roach. They don't live in a clean environment. Okay, they live in a dirty environment. They live in a filthy environment, and they love it. A pig loves the mud. Like, it's his nature. It's his nature to be filthy. It's a filthy animal. It does a beautiful job of what it does, but it's a filthy animal. A rat is a filthy animal. A pig is a filthy animal. A lobster, these are filthy animals. Roaches. They have a purpose, but nevertheless, these are not things that you invite into your house. Right? They want to live in a dirty, nasty, filthy environment. They dwell in that. That's their home. Well, that's Esau. He loves it. He loves this perverseness. He loves to be able to just fulfill any of your sexual desires. You know, it's just let me just read it. It's just disgusting. You don't even want to think about it. Isaiah 19:14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Let's look at this word perverse. Okay, we know what it is, but we're gonna go back into it. All right, because we are about edification. Okay, that word is I am. Okay? That means distorting, perverting, warping. Okay? He distorts things. Let's look at the root. Iwa. Okay, Iwa. To bend, twist. He's twisted. Okay, be twisted, be perverted. Let's look at this word pervert. Okay, to alter, see, from its original course, right? Meaning or state of distortion or corruption of what was first intended, right? It was first intended for a man and a woman to be together. It was first intended for a woman to only be with one partner unless her husband died, and then she was free to be with another man. It was not intended for you women to have multiple partners. And because you didn't like the way, he didn't pay for your movie ticket, whatever, whatever the hell it is, you drop him, or, he didn't bend to your will. So you're going to get another boyfriend. It was not intended for that. And there's consequences to that. There's consequences for not following the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. Ultimately, the wages of sin is death. So the majority of the people are on the highway to hell, meaning they're getting ready to perish through multiple different avenues, whether that's dying of diseases, so-called uncurable diseases, wasting away, okay, going to Esau to help you out, and he botched the surgery, or give you some shit that fucks you up even more, or you die of a shooting, you die of a stabbing, you die in a car accident, okay, you perish in all these different ways. Famine is coming. Oh, you know what? Let me get that in Apocrypha, okay, because it speaks about lewdness or famine. How does it go? Lewdness, something like that. Lewdness is the mother of famine, or something like that. Something like that. Yeah. Tobit 4 and 13. See, the Lord is getting ready to fuck this place up, and all the wicked are getting ready to, really feel it, man. They're getting ready to really fucking feel it. Okay. Only with thy eyes shalt thou see the reward of the wicked. We're about to see the reward of living your life in a distorted, perverse manner. Okay, believing on the ways of the so-called white man. And he's not gonna eat. The so-called white man does not rebuke you for doing evil. He rebukes you for doing good. Okay, man, I was watching a video the other day. I forget what it was, man. That shit pissed me off so much. You look on the comment boards, and it was a video of like this Indian woman in India, and she was doing a comparison of her walking without a hijab, and she had the tight clothes, form-fitting clothes, right? And then you see all the men looking at her, a man look at the ass and look at her like, what the, and then, they have the camera where you can see all these men looking at the woman, and then you have then the next clip is her walking with a hijab on, and men not really paying her no mind. And then on the comment board, it's really the man's problem. See, these men are not taught to, have self-control. And these fucking women, man. The Most High is going to take a lot of you wicked women out, man. You women are complete reprobate. That's what the scriptures say. You were not imparted unto understanding and wisdom and knowledge. I'm vaguely paraphrasing. It's in Job. We can get it. Okay? But this society is completely fucking backwards. You women are supposed to be covered up. You women are not supposed to be out there, with your hips and your ass and your, and this is why when society breaks down, a lot of you women are going to get snatched up. So, hey, you brothers need to prepare to see a lot of harsh things, man. A lot of harsh judgment, and a lot of harsh judgment is coming to you women. And this wasn't even a video pertaining to women, but you could, on the comment board, they're blaming the man. This is, see, Esau has, going back to the scripture, Esau has distorted and perverted what really is, what life was intended to be. A man, there's certain things that are built into every man. That's nature, and this is why the Lord, he had it to where a woman, she was in the fucking house. Okay, the woman had her head covered. A woman had, what's it called? Attire, attire that was not provocative. Okay? The word is not scary. This is Tobit 4:13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them. For in pride is destruction and much trouble. See? And this place is filled with pride. Babylon is known for pride. Their sign is the eagle, which is a symbol of pride. The bird that flies higher than all other birds. And in lewdness is decay. See, in America is decaying. The people are decaying. Okay, and we're getting Isaiah 24 as well, because it goes into this perfectly. And in lewdness is decay and great want. The people are all messed up now, and they don't associate with it because of they don't associate the way that things are going and the things that they're feeling with their activities. They're blaming, it's the government. No, nigga, it's you. It's sin. Okay, and the man of sin is in power, perpetuating sin and saying that sin is good. Sin is fine. Sin is great. Meanwhile, it's destroying you. Most of these women and these men too are on psychotropic drugs, anti-anxiety drugs, that fuck you up, that make you want to kill yourself, all type of crazy shit. For lewdness is the mother of famine, and we live in a complete lewd society. Okay, and what is that going to bring? Okay, what is that going to bring? That's going to bring, famine. So a lot of these people that you see, okay, are going to die of famine. And I want to get this word lewdness. I'm just going to right click and look it up. Crude and offensive in a sexual way, and that's pretty much America. Everything, what they say, sex sells. All the let's go back, because you get, sometimes you just want to just, I ain't gonna even say nothing. But judgment is going to rain down, man. It's going to rain down, and the world is mad at us because we want righteousness. We want an earth that dwelleth in righteousness. Everybody wins. Okay, and we're we're the worst thing since the worst. But Esau, he gets a fucking pass. Because he allows you to fulfill all your twisted lust. Okay, let's read that again in Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19:14. It says, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And Egypt is speaking about spiritual Egypt. And this is part of it. Women walking around with HIV, STDs, men walking around with HIV, STDs, and there's a hookup culture where they're just sucking and fucking. Everything. Bodies.
This is one stick, right? You think you found the one, and here's the thing. It doesn't matter how she looks. She can have a whole bunch of tattoos, or she can have no tattoos. You don't know who has it. That's why you always got to be careful, right? And then on top of that, she's gonna go to say that she gets sick. You don't just have HIV and that's it. No, you get sick. You have symptoms. You have a lot of different things that happen to you. It's scary. Your immune system is not as high as everybody else's.
Outside the whole weekend, I end up sick with something.
And you know that you have an STD, then you need to inform people of that. Because when you don't, and you infect that person.
STD positive dude did tell her before smashing and got her infected. Y'all be careful. Well, just look at her. She got a tattoo on her neck. You know, whatever the hell that is.
Their life forever,
you know what I mean? Heart or look like titties or yeah, it look like. You see that? It's a fucking look like a woman's body, half of a woman's body with two titties. Okay. Well, you got like a cherry right there on her chest or whatever the hell that is. So you women are to blame just as much as the man. You actually are to blame more because you allow access to your body. You have the power to stop all that. But again, this is a society in which, you know, women are not taught that. Women are taught to be promiscuous. Their mothers are promiscuous. Their aunties are promiscuous. Their grandmothers were promiscuous. Okay? These are the curses. All right, these women have no discipline, and they were deceived by the serpent.
Whether you didn't know or not, you still got to stay strapped to protect yourself. A lot of people are going to tell you, "Oh,
you mad, but you over there fucking all types of niggas. What do you think was gonna happen? That's why you women need a man to rule over you, because you just don't got it. But regardless of the fact, it is what it is.
Oh, I got tested like last week. I got my papers. Some of y'all probably heard. Oh, some chicks. I got my papers. I can show you, but they never show you, right? Listen, don't trust people's word.
Like this shit is going to change the rest of my life. And there's nothing I can do. And I'm embarrassed. And I'm humiliated and I feel so stupid.
I found out I was HIV positive after.
Look at her. White woman. She just as bad.
Noticing strange spots on my body and experiencing high fevers. It all started after a night out with my friend.
See, look,
I remember drinking
when you go to any of these clubs, that's your average woman. Shaking her ass.
More than I should have. Things got so out of hand that I completely lost control of what I was doing. My friend tried to get me home safely, but we ended up arguing, and she decided to leave. I stayed at the party with some other friends and eventually met this guy. He seemed fun, and the last thing I remember was dancing and having a great time. The next morning, I woke up in his bed, confused and unable to recall most of the night. I left before he woke up, brushing it off, like it was no big deal. I thought that night wouldn't have any consequences, but
a few moments of pleasure. Right? A lot of people who sleep with people raw, they're pleasure seekers and they're thrill seekers. You guys, listen, there's some women out there, some men, but they'll be like, oh, I don't got nothing, and come on. I said in the previous video, some chicks, they get mad at you if you want to use a rubber, if you want to use contraceptives, because they think that you think that they dirty. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy world out here. If you're a pleasure seeker or a thrill seeker, not too much.
Yeah, man, that's why you shouldn't really be dealing with these women, man, to be honest. You got to vet these women. You got to take her to the fucking clinic. You know what I mean?
Because you got to be taking a lot of risks.
Take her to the clinic, get her tested, you know, put her on some teas, clean her up. But, you know, it's over with. This place is done. It's done. That's why we need the kingdom. That's why Yahweh Shai is coming to cut the long disease. What the scriptures say, that the physician cut off the long disease. Esau is that long disease, man. And he's about to be cut off.
Later, I started losing a lot of weight. I was constantly running a fever, had terrible headaches, and noticed strange spots appearing on my skin.
And the crazy thing is, like, since we're in the age of social media, everything's about making content. They're like literally you know, putting their whole business out there for the whole world to see. We're actually seeing what's going on in the underbelly of Babylon the Great. Okay? They have no shame. You would think that's a shameful thing. You wouldn't put that on film, but they are putting it on film. For whatever fucking reason.
Panic set in deep down, had a terrible feeling about what might have happened that night. I decided to go to the hospital, and that's when.
As summer approaches, pool party season has begun, but would you want to be in this pool in Vegas? People packed in swimsuit to swimsuit. We decided to test the water to see what's in it, and when these partygoers learn what we found, they may want to get out of the pool. Here's Les Trent.
On the Las Vegas Strip, wild.
I mean, I'm not even trying to be in the water with all those people like that. You can barely see the water. It's probably at minimum 300, let's just say 200 people right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 150, 200 people.
A freak fest.
I mean, people come, they be urinating in the water, they poop in the water, they do all that stuff. Listen, in Vegas, anything goes. It's a reason why people come to Vegas from all across the world. It's called Sin City because they want to let loose and do whatever they feel like they want to do. They want to do stuff that they can't do in their own city or town or country. So they come to Vegas to do that. That's why you got to be careful.
Pool parties like these are the hottest ticket in town.
Look at
Pools
this.
are so jam-packed, it's standing room only, and just about anything goes. Sometimes it's so crowded you can hardly see the water. So you have to wonder, what about the condition of the water in all those
A lot of
pools?
Edomites.
We sent a team of producers to collect water samples at 3 of the most popular pool clubs in Las Vegas. First up, Marquee Day Club at the swanky Cosmopolitan Hotel. The state of Nevada requires pools like this to keep the filtration system in continuous operation and keep the pool clean of debris, slime, and biofilm. But look what we found floating throughout the pool. Fingernails, cigarette butts, and all kinds of disgusting foamy debris.
What is that? Nasty, right? Nasty.
Our producers collected samples and then shipped them to IEH laboratories in Seattle, Washington for testing. Then the results were reviewed by Dr. Susan Whittier, clinical microbiologist at Columbia University. So the results are in. What did you find?
Wow, we found a lot of fecal bacteria in some of these pools. The potential for an infection occurring seems inevitable.
At the Marquee Day Club, the lab found a total bacteria count of 15 million.
That's crazy.
All right, to anybody that be out here.
See you out there in a pool party and shit like that with these dirty motherfuckers. All right, and there's all type of bacteria. This place is sick.
Anybody and letting anybody touch on anybody. I hope you know about that new STD.
And you think she's virtuous? You think she, what you think her body count is? She got tattoos all over her face. Look like she got a filter on, makeup all over. She's done a lot. The majority, what woman out there is a virgin, huh? What woman can really actually say that? Huh? Not too many. If any.
That they just confirmed as highly contagious and roaming around the U.S. It looks like ringworms. And it's been around for a little while, but it just made its way to the U.S. And that man in New York who caught it, who admits to sleeping with several people in California, yeah, it took him 4.5 months to get that mess cleared up. Had a bunch of rashes that looked like
the infection, a rare fungus. Motherfuckers catching funguses.
ringworms all over.
I got a feeling, maybe it's just me, right? Maybe it's my intuition or something. But people that go online and talk about and post videos about STDs and stuff like this, chicks like this, I just feel like they have, or they've had STDs before. Like, so they feel like they just got to get on the camera and talk about it. On top of that, I mean, she's a dead giveaway. When you see a lot of chicks or people with a lot of tattoos, they're risk takers, right? Look, I mean, she's covered in them. Then on top of that, you got the hoop earring. So, I'm gonna put it past her that she got something.
Yeah, she doing the most.
Or she's had something in the past.
Over his butt, his genitals, and other places on his body. Y'all better be.
And you women, a lot of you women are to blame. I can't not. We gotta blame the men too. Gotta blame the men too. I ain't. These men is completely out of fucking control. These men, they're just sexual deviants. But these women, they're worse.
Selective on who you're sleeping with.
I live in Vegas. Half my friends are strippers and the other half are real estate agents. I live in Vegas. Of course, I always complain about living here, but we'll literally never move because the rent is so cheap. In Vegas, the only men to date out here are club promoters, degenerate gamblers, or...
Vegas is dying, and people say the city feels more demonic than ever. Yo, this year, 2025, something strange is happening in Las Vegas. Tourism numbers are way down, and not just because of the economy. Visitors say Vegas feels cursed, like the energy in the city shifted. Locals are even calling it Vegas dark energy.
And these people don't know what the fuck is going on. They're demons. Okay, so let me let's go to Isaiah 24. We pretty much proved the point, but let's go to Isaiah 24. Okay, and it's affecting Jake more than any other of these nations. Now, I'm pretty sure these other nations, they have these problems too, but not to the extent of the Israelites. I mean, there's nowhere near, especially the black woman. The black woman, she's riddled with diseases. Tell me I'm lying. Okay? Because a lot of you niggas have caught something from the black woman. All right? Isaiah 24:5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Right. It's defiled. Let me and why is it defiled? Let's get Sirach. And my computer acting all slow and shit. Oh bullshit. Sirach, is that 10? Right? Yeah. So why is it defiled? Well, the government is what controls. Well, government control your mind. The government which allows these things to happen. They're the ones who say you can do this, you can do that. Sirach 10:1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Which shows you that Esau is not wise. He's not a wise judge. Okay, he's a foolish judge. Okay, he's not a prudent man. Well, he is prudent, but he's prudent in wickedness. Okay, they do a diligent search into wickedness. All right, so much so they was actually injecting Jake with diseases. The Tuskegee experiment, that's just one of many things where they studied these different diseases. This dude's a goddamn devil, man. And any of you niggas saying that Esau Edom can make it, may the Most High take you out in your family. Except you repent. And the judge of the people, as the judge of the people is himself. See? So are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. See? You would think that Esau would care about right? He cares about you. No, he don't care about you. Because he's not telling you that these activities that he's allowing you to do is the reason why you're being destroyed. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the people shall be inhabited. Okay, and the Lord is going to set up, those that are, how does it go? Profitable. Okay. The next verse. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. So the Lord gave Esau the power for this small season. And in due time, right? And we're coming into that due time very, very, very soon. This is part of the gospel. We're speaking of the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That due time. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. Okay. And that's Yahushua with the rest of the elect. Starting with the 144,000 that are going to be the judges. Okay. That are going to rule the earth in righteousness. You're not going to have an STD problem. Okay. In the kingdom of heaven. Okay. You're not going to, you know why there's a lot of STDs? Because there's a lot of adultery going on. If that one law was implemented, okay, you wouldn't have none of this shit. Well, you wouldn't have really no people down here in America. Okay, because everybody is sucking and fucking everybody else. And usually the women, you try to meet a woman and it's real hard to meet a woman. You got a whiner and diner. But on the other hand, you can just get with a married man's woman, and that's easy. They're the ones that are initiating. It's shit crazy. Shit's crazy. They're the ones that are more open. Okay, so an unwise king destroyeth his people. That's why the people are destroyed. Right, Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Right, because you have an unwise king, a prudent man in wickedness ruling. So as the king is, so are the people. Because they have transgressed the laws. The laws going back to what? The scriptures. The ordinance going back to what? The scriptures. Broken the everlasting covenant. They break all the covenants. They break all the law, statute, commandments. They break the norm. They pervert what is. And they say, no, this is the way. You can live your life like this. It's okay. Meanwhile, you're riddled with diseases. Therefore has a curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. So that's why, fire's coming. That's why famine is coming. The Lord's going to take a lot of people out with famine. We just read how lewdness is the mother of famine. Okay, and we live in a very lewd. Let me look at that definition again. Lewd definition. We live in a very lewd society. You go outside, I mean, you're gonna see most of these women are gonna be wearing yoga pants, and that's normal. You know, these women, even you Israelite women, you going outside, you got yoga pants on, but you a believer. And that's why we just preoccupied with sex and sexual desire, lustful. That's all. And you women are nothing but sex objects, and you're with it. Okay, you're with it. You're not a sex object to your husband, because shit, you wake up, your breath stink, you don't even brush your teeth, barely comb your hair, you don't put anything on nice, you don't fix yourself up for your husband. But your ass go somewhere, oh man, she 2 hours in the mirror, she's gonna take a shower, she gonna put on, she gonna fix herself up. She gonna wear the pants and the dresses that form fit her body. She gonna have a little cleavage out, or she might have a lot. She's gonna highlight all her assets, not for the man at home, but to be seen by other men. And that's just the nature of these women. So very soon the Lord is gonna stop all that bullshit. And this is why a lot of these diseases are happening. The majority of these women got diseases. And the majority of men, they got diseases too, because they go both fucking ways. So what does the Lord have to do? He has to just fucking destroy this whole land, man. All right? And the world, they're getting mad at us because we're saying that you're wicked, and this world needs to be taken down. And righteousness needs to prevail. But I get it. Of course demons will be mad at that. Lewd refers to behavior, speech, or dress that is sexual in an obvious and rude way, often considered indecent or offensive. And if you say something to these women, I remember my sisters, wearing these provocative clothing, and then my stepmother, my dad wouldn't have it. Like, nah, you ain't wearing that to school. Fuck that. Then my mom going behind my dad's back, and no, just put it here. Just put it in your backpack, and when you get to school, then you can wear it. Or argue with my dad, nah, they should be able to wear it. So you fucking women, man. Okay? You fucking women. You need to just shut the fuck up. All right? With that, I'm gonna end the video. Until next time, shalom to the elect.